Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Afterlife Collective. You guys introduce
I'm
yourselves.
Josh. I'm Ulysses.
And I'm Leah. And today we're going to be talking about Colfax, Washington. We went up there to St. Ignatius Hospital. I actually have to ask you guys, what did you guys actually think of the place? Because it's kind of interesting.
Well, I tell you honestly, it is. It definitely. It's a spooky place. I mean, even in the daylight, when you're just standing there looking at the building itself, it's just it has that aura around it. You're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go into this place and it's gonna be dark in there, and it's like the paint's coming off the walls. Like Leah came out of the place and like her hair was dusted white because
Yeah.
of all the dust that's in this place. I mean, it's definitely dilapidated, but the new owners are doing a good job of putting it back together for people like us, so we can go in there and look for that spooky stuff. It is definitely a place I want to go back.
Yeah.
I would like to go there every weekend if I could. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. It's a great place and the people are great. Really good to work with. It was super fun. It was super fun.
Well, I know Valentina, they were just awesome when we were there. I mean, they pretty much let you come in and they tell you about the place. They give you a little rundown of the history and all that stuff. And then you got 5 floors to go play. Pretty much the only place they don't let you go into by yourself is a basement. I can understand that though, because it floods out, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. And the ceiling is like
Yeah.
right here. And I'm not a very tall guy, so poor Vince over there, man. He had a crooked
he had
neck
to
on
duck. What was your opinions of it, Ulysses?
I love the building. Just going in there and just during like Josh said, during the daylight, it was overwhelming. Just looking at it and realizing that, a lot of the nurses trained there.
Yeah. There's a lot of history in
Mhm.
that building for sure. I think one of the funnest parts though was just the fact that we got a chance, when they come in, they kind of give you like a little rundown and everything.
Mm.
And for people, other paranormal investigators and stuff like that, they pretty much just go, "Oh, go on. Have fun." If there's other people there that aren't sure about the building and stuff, because we had a couple of, young teen girls that were in our
Yeah, they
group.
were
Right.
fun.
Yeah, they were dressed. I don't even know what to call those how they were dressed.
One was
Onesies.
dressed as a chicken and the other one was dressed as a narwhal.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And they had these little halos around their heads so you could always see where they're at.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were
That
fun.
was fun. That was just kind of silly but fun,
Yeah.
That was just that kind of thing. But, for them, the tour guides kind of stuck with them a little closer because, they had never done anything like this before. So they give you that whole variety. You can have like
Mhm.
beginners going in there, and then you can have people like us going in there, and there have been several different TV shows that have actually,
Yeah.
I think all the big boys are there. I know Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown was there once. Ghost Hunters was there. And they've had a lot of newscasters in there too that have
Oh, yeah.
done reports over the years. Because I found as far back as 12 years ago, there's like newscasts, little newscasts, little things of, oh, well, everybody was wondering what happened to the power in the block on one of them. And it turned out there was a breaker or something that blew, a generator someplace that blew, that took out the whole block, and they would report, oh, it had something to do with, the water damage or something like that from the hospital. So it, set it off, or little things like that. Or, they had a really bad rainstorm one time and it started eroding some of the dirt road there next to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just little things like that they've thrown into the newscasts over the time. And since the new owners have bought it, they have been, trying to rebuild it and, fix some of the floors because
Make it more safe for us.
Yeah, make it more safe. They'd also talked about, putting like a little museum kind of thing there as well.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
That would be neat. Cool. Like make the first floor like a little museum, and then, you got, okay, here, you can go through the museum when you're done, you can go upstairs and check out the rest of the building.
They're actually doing a pretty good job about that already, man. They got plaques and pictures all over the wall for you to be able to see who was there and what the place is all about. So they're already working on that pretty good. So
yeah, and I like the fact that they had little red blocks.
Yeah,
on the hot spots in the hospital, so you knew exactly where something had happened, and I thought that was pretty neat. But one of the reasons we went up there this last time is we were testing one of our new toys.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And we will do a video on the new toy soon. I will say that, but I will mention that you will see some of it. You will see some of our new toy in the footage from Colfax, especially in Rose's room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should talk about the rooms now. Some of the hot spots there. The basement was kind of interesting because we got some stuff out of there too. Although they
very interactive.
Yeah, very interactive. They like making they, especially when you get Val, because she was actually born in that hospital, and and she knows just about all the patients because she used to volunteer when she was younger in there. So she knew a lot of the patients that died in that hospital, a lot of the patients that lived in that hospital. So she's full of information. If you go say, I want Valerie to help me, because she's got all the info on a lot of the spirits that are there. What'd you guys think of the attic? I guess would be the next big one.
That was the nuns' quarters.
The nuns' quarters, yes.
For me, actually, it was. I didn't. It's not really. It wasn't really meant for a men's place to be. Men are not supposed to be in that area. Yeah. So I kind of felt a little apprehensive to be in there. I'm not an intrusive person like that. I mean, I don't want to be in a woman's area if she doesn't want me there, kind of thing. And so I kind of walked around a little bit with, like trying to be respectful. It was a very calm place. It was I felt really at peace there. I didn't feel any weird spookiness on it. The pictures around those rooms though were older watercolor paintings, but some of them were really very, very detailed, but they kind of gave you a bit more of a like, I don't know whether it was a spooky aspect of it or if it was like a seclusion, like they were just so far away from everything. And I don't even remember, was there even any windows up there?
I think there was a couple windows, but most of them are boarded up. And I think a lot of that has to do with they had roof damage and stuff like that. Yeah. The pictures up there, all of them are, like they're beautiful, but they are kind of spooky because it's all like
dark. It's like the
dark. Yeah.
Pigment.
Yeah. Just walking in there, I felt very isolated, from the rest of the from the rest of the hospital. And I think that's, I'm not sure if it was by design of the quarters or it's just the way that I just felt. Not sure how else to say it.
Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Should I be here or not?
Yeah.
I don't think I should be here.
I will say this. It is reported there that men going up there, no men like going up there at all. It's like they know. There's like a feeling to it. Yeah. That, and there was kind of a weird smell up there. But
yeah, it did have that weird smell.
Yeah, it was kind of weird up there.
And it was only in one area of the.
Yeah, it was that one little room between the two bedrooms. Oh, yeah, it was a bad smell. But you got to stop and also think about places like this. They do have an owl.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
And they have raccoons occasionally, and they have birds that fly because there's broken windows and things in there. And right. A couple of the floors, I think it's is it the 4th to the 3rd? There's one spot there you can't go down the rest of that hallway because the floor is completely missing.
Yeah.
That they closed it off while they're fixing the joists in the floor.
I'm grateful of the orange fencing that they put up.
Yes. But you got to think, I don't know, could it have been something dead up there? You never know, like a rat or something like that, or if the owl, because they said that he's nested in different spots up there.
Right.
It could have been something that was, but you do have to wonder when everybody's like, guys don't like to go up there, and then you go up there and there's that weird smell. You're like, okay, something just is not right in this room. But you're right. It's kind of an isolated up there on the attic floor for sure. Since it was in nuns' quarters, like you said, you get that feeling like you don't want to intrude.
Right.
So, so it does have a heavy, weird feeling up there.
Yeah. It wasn't. I'll be honest. It wasn't my favorite part. My favorite room, honestly, was Rose's room.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. I think we're all in agreement with Rose's room because that was
she was fun,
amazing. We got some amazing footage from there.
Oh yeah.
And I will say, if you go, don't forget she likes Coors Banquet. Bring her a beer.
She loves her banquets.
And play her some Elvis music because that seems to be a really big trigger. Of course, Ulysses offered her, what was it? Tequila? I don't think she liked that too much.
Yeah.
That, and you said her beer was terrible. So
yeah, she set off our little toy quite well after that one.
Yeah. I think she was mad at you, but
that's fine. I'm okay with that.
But see, we were trying to get a reaction, so Ulysses volunteered to be the negative
sacrificial lamb.
Sacrificial lamb.
I'm okay with that.
Well, another thing I really liked that they do out there is, they don't make really, really big groups. I mean, it's like 14 people at best with their staff. And they usually have like 2 on staff. They're, like I said, they're amazing people out there.
For sure.
Oh, they're so nice to everyone out there.
I appreciated the amount of equipment that they gave us, that they allowed us to use.
Yes.
That we didn't have. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, because she tries to keep at least 4 or 5 different kinds of equipment, and then you can use them, and then you bring them back and you trade them off. Because I think we used the Ovilus 5.
Yeah,
we took with us for a little bit, and then they had, what else did they have? I think they had there's a EMF. They had some EMF detectors, the REM pod. We used the REM pod once. So. We brought a lot of our equipment there, and like I said, we were testing our new little piece, which is the FlexView 2.0. Like I said, we're going to be doing a complete other video on that one because that one was made by a friend of ours, and we're going to basically, we'll show you the ropes on that one. It's a new little toy that has so far 10, I guess now, 10 different functions in it. And it can get, I will say it's a little complicated because it can get a little complicated with so many things into it. But the great thing about it is it has the built-in recorder. So it records everything that it does. And it's upgradable.
Oh, yeah. Which
is like the main thing I like. So we'll do another video on that too. But we, just the way everything, all the toys and everything, and the way you don't necessarily have to bring your own stuff. I mean, you bring your flashlights and your.
It's a good idea to bring your own stuff.
Always bring flashlights.
Yeah.
And spare batteries.
But if if it's just something you want to try something, you have never done this before, I would say Colfax would be a good start. A good start.
Absolutely.
For it. Yeah.
They've got the equipment. They're great people. They'll take you around. I mean, literally, it's beginners. It's great.
Just remember not to go during football season.
Yeah, don't go. You will not get a place to stay.
Yeah, that was the one. That was probably the biggest thing. Our biggest problem was there was absolutely positively no place to get a room over there. So we had to drive all the way back, and that was quite
that was an interesting drive back. The fog covered the ground ever so slightly, so it looked like we were like driving on a cloud. Ulysses had to drive because it was just screwing us all up, man. It was crazy.
Back and forth.
Spooky.
They were. I think the coolest part though is you and me when you looked at me and said, "Did you see that the shooting star?"
Yes.
So and I was like, "Yeah, I saw that," and you said, "Oh, good, I'm not hallucinating." And I said, "Are you sure we're not both hallucinating?" Because at that time we were so tired.
Creepy, but I mean, it's one of those things. It happens, and it's a good story. Otherwise, we wouldn't be telling it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I was going to do something different, I would definitely get a place next time, because going through those places and having your eyes wide open and your senses being extremely open, it drains you. You are just blasted by the end of the night.
Yeah. And you get it's like overstimulation too.
Oh, for sure.
And then you have to drive home 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the things we got there too. I mean, I have never heard, when I started doing research for this place, I have never heard a person say that they didn't get anything. There is so much going on there that, I mean, you can't help but almost trip on some of the experiences there.
I think we experienced something in every single room we went into, at least something, whether it be a smell or a noise or something like in Rose's room. She was interactive. The basement, super interactive. We even had those EVPs in the next room that we went to. I believe it was Smoking Joe. What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
We might have to figure that one out.
Yeah, we might have to figure that out.
But we went into his room, and I know he was the smoker in that room, and we got a couple of really clear EVPs in that room too.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, there's just you can't not find something there.
No.
That is one thing I will say is it doesn't matter where you go in that hospital, you're gonna, even if you don't get like, EVPs or the, something on film or something like that, just this, like you said, the smells, the feels.
Oh yeah.
You get the goosebumps every once in a while. There's always something. And that's why I think this is one of the best training
for sure
facilities or testing facilities for your toys.
Well, even those girls that came in, they were just college students from Wisconsin or something like that.
Yeah.
They were just coming over just for fun, man, and they got experiences on that.
Oh yeah, they had I remember they were talking about the one of the I can't remember, I think it was Alan, one of the assisted living that was autistic or something like that. Autistic or mentally disabled somehow. He was following them because every room they go in, they kept getting the same with the Ovulus 5. They kept getting the same, like, spirit speaking with them and talking with them the whole time.
I think if I was a spirit, I'd probably follow them too. They were definitely fun, So
yeah, well, you would think too. Someone like an autistic guy,
right? The lights, the
little toy,
absolutely, absolutely.
And chickens, and they're, you would think that would be about their age range too. The girls were about that age, so they'd be following them. I think just the whole experience was great.
It was. It's definitely a must go.
Yeah,
must go to a place.
I kind of want to go back. I really do, but I want to do it in the summer because it was kind of cold.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be, but it was definitely cold.
Yeah. I think it'd be good in the summertime.
Oh, for sure.
Because I mean, look, we're looking at 108 degrees here right now. So I think, it'd be like, 20-degree difference. We'll go outside of the heat into that building because that building,
oh yeah,
like having air conditioning, I think.
I kind of think it would help us out with like cold spots. It's so hot outside or inside.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you come across something that's cold. There's no air conditioning there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about a blast of cold air hitting your neck. But if that happens, it's time to break out the equipment and be like, yeah, what's going on? So
be a perfect way to do that.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. We definitely got to go back.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back for sure.
The one room that I did not have a fun time was the one with all the dolls.
Oh, yeah. The nurses' station.
Was it the nurses' station?
Yeah, it was the nurses' station. It started out as a nurses' station, and then they just started putting the dolls in there.
Oh my!
So, yeah.
That's
I think that
the creepiness factor was just through the roof. I
Yeah.
felt really uncomfortable there.
Well, the whole time we were in there, and I think on one of the pieces of footage, I said it felt like it felt like something was behind me. I was in that one corner trying to put down the little toys for the kids, and I kept looking behind me because it felt like, like when you're walking someplace and you walk past someone and you feel that
Yeah.
that kind of, oh, there's somebody there, so you kind of step aside. I kept feeling that the whole time in there. Plus that ventriloquist dummy that they had in the corner was very, very creepy.
Very.
Yeah, especially when, like the whole room has a baseline and then you go up to that dummy and it's spiked.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of spikes out of that one. Another place we got a lot of spikes was the laboratories. Remember, me and Ulysses, I think, went in there at first, and I kept smelling what I thought was maple syrup.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that room.
Oh, yeah, that sweet smell.
That really sweet. And then you guys smelled it like out in the hallway right there, and we couldn't figure out. I said, it smells like maple, because that's what it made me think of, is like pancakes when I'd smell it. But it was weird. Yeah, it was kind of a really off, weird smell. But like I said, you can go anywhere in that hospital and there's something, it seems like. So, any other thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really curious to know if we'd established that shadow figure in the window.
I'm not sure. We're still going through that footage.
That was
creepy.
That was such a huge piece that it's still like, I'm still trying to put it together. Like, did this happen?
Yeah, I know. Well, with his picture, your footage, because we never on the camera that was filming the toys,
right?
We couldn't get that angle, but we could get Ulysses we got his on the wall there, and then yours was panning towards the window, so it would have been yours. We're still playing with that, trying to pinpoint that.
So just in case if we haven't inserted the video footage right now, what we're talking about is a shadow figure that I believe that I caught in a window reflection, and what we're having a hard time with is the way the shadow is placed. There was no light source behind anybody that could cause that shadow. So we're trying to do the angles of each person's video and their pictures to see if it was just a shadow from lighting or if it was an actual shadow. But the way in my footage that I put in, it makes it look like that shadow is a lot darker. And again, there was no light source behind Vince, our cameraman, or Leah, who was standing next to him. There's no light source behind it, and it was a very dark shadow, and it moved independently. So, not sure if it's just us moving back and forth, and it's just or a camera moving, but that's what we're talking about. We caught a shadow figure, but we're trying to debunk it instead of just calling it out as a shadow figure. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes you have to debunk everything.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Regardless of what you see in front of you, you got to sit there and think of all the different, sort of do the Sherlock thing,
the detective work.
Yeah. Do the, if you've tried everything and nothing comes up, then it's probably something that it should be, So, but like you said, there was no source of light behind us. There was no, he was sitting off in the corner where we got his shadow on the wall occasionally from yours, but it was his shadow would only go, it wouldn't go near the window. It was always right on that wall.
And his shadow was a little bit more grayed out versus the shadow that we're talking about. That shadow that we're talking about was black.
Yeah, and it was in the window.
Yeah.
And it was in Rose's room.
And it looked like it was in between the window and the bedpost, which is like almost right up against it. You know what I mean? So it's
almost like somebody sitting on the bed,
yeah,
or sitting or standing behind the bed.
Right. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's a very interesting piece. So,
but yeah, you'll get to see that. So.
Okay. Sorry, I'm excited.
So hopefully something's there. I'm thinking that there might be something there because there was so much interaction.
Oh yeah,
with that piece. I mean,
And just
especially when we played with Hound Dog.
Go on.
Oh, go ahead. No.
Oh, and the fact that it was just one person experiencing the shadow. It was just all three of us.
Yeah.
Right.
All of us had caught that at one. We each got to see that. So it's kind of hard to have 4 different people in the same room and see the same thing and not go, is that something?
Right.
Yeah, I think, like you said, every time we played Hound Dog, she loved that.
Yeah, she really.
She was really interactive. She likes her Elvis.
So what was cool about that, if I don't know if you were going to bring this up or not, what I thought was cool about that whole interaction when we were playing that is how she seemed to be dancing in that, because your equipment kept fading in and out, like she was twirling or dancing in a circle.
I'm holding. When you see the footage, I'm holding one of the EMF detectors, and then there's the REM pod on the bed, and if you listen to, it goes right with the music.
Yeah.
So, and you could see that it's like I said, I think I even mentioned that in the video. It's like she's dancing around that center where between the bed and where we were standing, the TV, the bed, the TV, all in that little area.
Yeah, there was so much interaction in this room alone from Rose that it literally shut down our new toy.
Yeah,
it froze
it up. Yeah. Because we're still working the bugs out of that kind of stuff, but it did freeze it up there. But yeah, and the great thing about that too is we had, with the REM pod being there too, we had, both of them were collaborating each other.
Yeah.
And I had the Cambridge in my hand, and all of them were collaborating.
Yeah.
And that, you can't ask for anything better than that. You get the same evidence on 3 different pieces of different equipment. You really can't ask for.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Beautiful. You can't ask for better.
No. Any ending thoughts, people?
On the whole place, or on the whole place. I want to go back. Yeah. Let's go back. It's time.
Yeah.
We need to go back.
Okay, let's pack our bags. Let's go.
Let's go.
I say this time though, we get an Airbnb or something.
Oh yes.
And take a day there. So
I was just wondering if we could just get a smaller group to go up there. I doubt they'll let us just borrow the whole building unless
probably cost us a lot.
That'll cost us a lot, but it would be a good experiment, I guess.
No, that's true.
A better word.
That was a plus about when we did go up there. It was small groups that were there, so it made it to where the contamination was very minimal. Right. So.
Well, it was. I mean, pretty much. I was surprised too, because even with the missing floor in a couple places, you couldn't hear the people above you.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear the people below
you. It's very
like
structurally sound. Yeah,
and that was kind of surprising, especially like I think it was the 4th to 3rd floor, where the floor's completely gone, and we still couldn't hear the group below us. And I thought I was like, wow, this place really is
huge plus.
Huge plus. I think the next thing too is we also did a little at the Perkins house.
Oh yeah.
And I saw they've been doing videos. People have been doing videos at the Perkins house lately.
Oh, nice.
So I'm hoping we can get a chance to go back up to the Perkins house.
I've got a ton of stills on that place. So
yeah. I think my favorite one though was the weird music box. The really cool old music back, and they cannot figure out what the music on that one is playing. Nobody can figure it out.
Maybe we can put that music out there, and maybe one of you guys can do
it. Maybe. But see, that's one of those houses that I would love to get in there too, because a lot of equipment is put in the Perkins house because it's now a museum. A lot of it from Colfax, because when we were going through there, it was like, oh, look, there's a chair from the hospital, and oh, look, there's a piece of equipment from the hospital, and it's all, they've moved it over to that museum. So I think it'd be kind of interesting. Plus, they have that one room that has all like the little history books you can flip through.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. The Perkins house would be a really good one to do too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Vince and I definitely appreciated the architecture in that place. The woodwork is amazing.
I thought the weird part though was the bees in the wall.
The bee. Oh yeah, the bees in the wall.
But they were all, when we were up there, they were hibernating.
Right,
but,
right.
Because but it was like they have like there's a live beehive, and they've never taken it out of that wall because they're bees.
They've been there forever.
Yeah.
Some haunted honey for you all. I don't know.
Haunted honey. That kind of sounds good, but we can put some jars with little ghosts on them.
There you go.
There you go. All right. I think you guys are going to enjoy what you see.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff in there. So,
and we will see you next time.
Take it easy.
Bye.